Amy and I are leaving Northfield. I talked to Amy into coming in for the races. After the first race, I thought she was kind of bad luck, to be honest. Lovers Play made a break. I had told the girl after the race, I said, track was hard. I had let her hobbles out last week. Now, if you let Lovers Play loose off the car on her own steam, right, on a loose line, she's fine. But it's when you ask her just to accelerate a little bit. She's trying her best to size up that first turn. She just got a little pacey, and I lost her going into the first turn. So my bad a little bit. The track was a little bit hard and a little bit too hard for her liking. But it's not like I didn't know that when we were going out of there. I kind of knew the track was firm, but I wanted to get away if I could, 4th or 5th. Just stay at somewhat striking distance. As it turned out, like, I doubt she's going to run them down in 57 tonight. She's more of a 58 trotter right now, 58-1. And I think she probably would have ended up 4th or 5th. Nevertheless, she made a break. So I know exactly why. I know what happened, and part of it is my fault. I was trying to put her in trying to cheat a little bit, trying to put her in as good a position as I could off the car, and it was just a little too much to ask for Lovers Play. Not the end of the world. We did come out the next race, and I saw what was going on. A bit of a calamity coming off the car. The 1 horse made a break. The 2 horse made a break. I knew the 9 had to be affected in some way. I didn't realize that he had made a break until we were coming out of the turn, coming to the half, and I looked up quick at the TV to see where Aaron was, and I couldn't see him. So at that point, I figured we were probably the best, but, you know, truthfully speaking, Lonely Lakewood was a little bit flat tonight. Understandably, he got used very, very hard last week, and, you know, it's very hard for a horse just to come out swinging every single week, and I knew last week going under the wire that it would probably cost me a little bit this week. Then we drew 6. Then you had that big favorite with the 9 hole. I didn't really know how things would work out. We were lucky it worked out really, really well tonight. So not his best effort, but still. And he's not as good on the front, but when you got the only horse to beat, I knew if he comes hard, I got to let him go. Fine, I sit behind him. And if he doesn't come, well, I'll carve out the fractions. I think the horse raced as good as he could tonight, I guess is the long way of putting it. He raced as good as he could tonight, and I was very, very happy with Lonely Lakewood. You know, he is the epitome. Both those horses tonight are epitome of the meat and potatoes type horse that you know, I've always grown to love. Horses that just go out and put an honest effort in. And last week he was asked to do a lot of lifting, and he did it as best he could. And the filly tonight, that was my fault. So 1 of the 2's not bad. They both fit the same classes next week, which is good. Cleveland Masha tomorrow. That'll be her last start for us. I see there's at least 1 bid on her thus far. I suspect there'll be a couple more, but she won't be with us after Monday. So get your pom-poms out for her tomorrow. Monday, we got Tenacious Hanover. Waiting for the blood to come back on him. I did train him this week. I thought he trained well. And Dr. Latessa had a look at him. Didn't see a whole lot wrong. Maybe going to work a little bit on his feet. I think when we were leaving, they were going to, if I'm not mistaken, this afternoon. So he should be good. And I think he's better off the pace also. I don't know how good he is in the front now. I guess I shouldn't say that. I haven't known the horse very long. And he did school virtually by himself in 53 at the Meadows. So maybe he is. Maybe he just had a bad race last week. I don't know. I guess we'll wait to get the blood back and go from there with him. All gas, no brakes, up a class. I would love to see this horse do well on Monday, because this is an optional 50 claimer, and he can stay in there forever if he would like. Looks like Money and Yo Mister, of course, I talked about this. We're not going to be bumping heads with these 2 horses all fall winter long, I can assure you of that. So hopefully Money does well on Monday, and Yo Mister does as well as he can. And that kicks off the rest of the week for us. I see Rock Shining Star back in. Well, good. He put King Kaufman back down. Good. He's way down in class, 2-1. So kicks off a very, very busy week. Amy and I were talking. Obviously, we're trying to plan our week this week. Thursday, I could be in a multitude of places. I somehow have to figure out whether to go to Kentucky and Dayton or the Meadows in Dayton, but it'll be something in Dayton. No, that's not Thursday. That's Friday. Thursday will be either Kentucky or the Meadows. I suspect the Meadows. We opted to put We opted to put country dancing back in the maiden. We did send her down there to prep for the bluegrass and for the International Stallion, but kind of a flat mile the other day, kind of handcuffed us in that regard. So she'll race in a maiden again on Thursday, and Memento Mori will race on Thursday in the bluegrass. There's no real need for me to be down there. Friday, we have a bunch of maidens in on Friday. I'm supposed to be in the Meadows, and I'm going to be at Dayton also. So I have to figure out where I'm going in that regard, and then what Amy and I are going to do, because Saturday I may have to be at the Meadows and Dayton, or just Dayton, one or the other. And how Amy and I are going to get to Kentucky after that, what we're going to do. We have to be in Kentucky Saturday night. That's when our hotel room starts. So it's only, I think, probably 2.5 hours. I'm guessing maybe 3 at the most from Dayton to Kentucky. So we'll see how all this plays out. But just as you can see, a very fluid situation. It depends how the horses draw, who gets in, who doesn't get in. If they draw the outside, I mean, we got a bunch of outside drawers on Friday, Saturday at the Meadows, and maybe I just go down to Dayton and forego the Meadows. So we'll see how that plays out. But most definitely I know where we're all going to be on Sunday, and that is on the grounds of Fasig-Tipton. So that is tonight. That is the rest of our week. A lot going on, a lot racing over the next week. So stay tuned. A very fluid schedule for us here at the stable over the next 7 days. So with that, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your night. A decent night tonight. 1 for 2, a win with Lonely Lakewood and a break with Lovers Play, but no issues there. I know exactly what happened, and you can blame me for that. But I felt that's what was needed for me to get away as well as I could, and rolled the dice, flipped the coin, and lost. So talk to you soon. Take care. As I said, have a great rest of your night.